Hello students, today we are going to start with the fourth chapter, that is business letter. In this lesson we are going to know the meaning and definition of a business letter, importance of a business letter, qualities or essentials of a good business letter. We will also see structure and layout of a business letter, that is physical appearance, mechanical structure or parts of a letter. Then we will see styles or forms of layout of a business letter. Let's start. First, we'll start with meaning and definition of a business letter. Student, business correspondence may be defined as a means of communication in writing or a means of exchange of information, ideas or opinions between persons while undertaking business activities. So from these two definitions, students, we can say or we can understand that a business letter is a letter written in formal language, usually used when writing from one business organization to another or for correspondence between such organizations and their customers, clients and other external parties. Students, here you have to keep in mind that the overall style of a letter will depend on the relationship between the parties concerned. A business letter serves the main purpose of communication between the two companies, or it is a method to talk to two different people within a business. So we can say here the purpose for business writing is to inform readers the information you want to get across or possibly persuade the readers to do something. A business letter therefore is a formal means of communication between two people, a person and a corporation or two corporations. So students, business letter differ from personal letters because they follow very strict set rules for composition. Many people are intimidated by prospect of writing within strict guidelines. They feel very scared or they are afraid of writing a formal letter or a business letter. However, business letters are nothing to be afraid of. First, we will see importance of business letter. Then we will see essentials of a good business letter. Now let's see importance of a business letter. Now student, the importance or advantages of a business letter writing can be very well seen from the following points. First one is convenient and inexpensive. Students, writing a business letter is so convenient that anyone can write letters at any time in any way. The letters could be written by hand or typed on a plain paper or on a printed letterhead. The clerk can write a letter from his desk or an executive can write a letter from his hotel room while on a business tour. So we can say letter writing is very convenient. The letters can be posted at very less cost as compared to the other means of communication like telephone, telex, etc. The next one is authoritative evidence or proof. Now, students, writing of letter in business facilitates keeping carbon copies of letters sent out and the original letters received, which could be produced anytime, anywhere for evidence or documentary proof of transaction in business. On the other hand, telephone conversation for the same purpose has no record of the discussion held. So it is very important here, whenever you feel it is required or you feel it is necessary for you to see the proof here, see what you can say business deals you had with the following corporation or the organization, you can go through the letter and come to know. Third one is records and reference. Student, records refer to the vast bulk of letters received and copies of letters sent out besides the other documents or papers in writing. The letters or copies thereof could be kept safe in files or folders. Subsequently, whenever there is any necessity of consulting or referring to the past events or transaction, one can easily refer to the files and ascertain the facts. This facility is offered by business letter writing. After that is wide approach. Student, the business letter can reach to far off and distant places without any problem. Letters have an easy accessibility to anyone at any place. A person sitting in Delhi can write a letter to any person in the USA or anywhere else in the world. There are no barriers or bounds for letter. Hence, this has a or this have a very wide goodwill approach. After that, last one is goodwill and reputation. Students, the letter help in building goodwill in business. We can develop friendship and good business relation very easily through letters by writing in a friendly and an impressive tone to hundreds of persons who are not even known to us. They can be brought closer to us by means of letter writing. A nicely drafted and attractively set out letter leaves a lasting impression of the correspondent on the receiver. So students, from these points, it would be clear that letter writing is an important means of communication in business. In fact, letter writing has become so much important and indispensable in business that it forms an integral part of any business activity. Now, next we are going to see qualities or essentials of a good business letter. Now students, the qualities which are essential for a good business letter are collectively called 7 C's of communication. Every letter should have the qualities given below to make a letter perfect in all sense. First one is candid. A communication in a business letter should be frank, open, straightforward and without any reservation. The clouded communication defeats the purpose of writing a letter. Candidness in communication is lost when the writer tends to twist the message. When one does not come out for speaking one's mind, something is said but much is withheld. Candid communication is as transparent as one's mind. The person, the reader, understand what you want to say and accordingly the person can give you a feedback. So in that sense, your communication should be very candid here. Next one is clarity. In this student, first one is clarity of thought. The communication cycle begins with the generation of an idea in the mind of a transmitter, means the person who is writing the letter. First he try to recollect what he wants to write. A great deal of clarity is needed at this stage, for it is the beginning. It is likely to spoil the entire communication process if the thought process is not done properly. If the thoughts are clear in your mind, then only you can put up it on the paper nicely. The communicator must ask himself 3 questions. First is, what is the objective of communication? Why he or she is writing a business letter? And what has to be communicated? What it wants the reader or the organization to know? And which medium will prove to be most suitable for this purpose? Which medium or which language you can say the reader can understand more easily. So all these 3 questions you have to keep in your mind and then write the letter. Then only you can say there is the clarity of thought while writing a letter. Now students, let us suppose that some inflammable material is stored at a particular place in a factory and the manager wants to prohibit smoking there. The objective of the communication is to give a warning. The message to be communicated is just this: please do not smoke here. So the most suitable medium for this communication should be a visual or a poster showing a cross mark or on a lighted cigarette. That will be more, you can say, impactful. If the manager chooses to put a notice, clear the stored material or on the notice board, the message would go unheeded and the purpose of the communication would be defeated. If a small businessman desires to get goods from the wholesaler, the objective of the communication is to place an order. The message should contain the specification of the goods needed, instruction about the mode of dispatch and the remittance, and the most suitable medium should be written in a letter, faxed or sent through the mail, message on computer network, and perhaps instruction over the telephone followed by written confirmation through the letter. I hope you have understood what is clarity of thought. You have to understand what is your purpose of writing a letter. Now, as I have given you two examples. In first example, I told you if I want to give here simple, you can say warning or instruction that the person should not smoke. Instead of writing a letter, if I make a poster and put up there, that will be more, you can say, beneficial here. People will understand it more nicely. But if I want to place an order, so here what I have to do while writing a business letter, I have to keep certain things in mind, that there are what goods are required, the specification of the goods are required. Then I have to give instruction about the mode of dispatch. Then I have to give here information about the remittance. Then I also have to keep in mind which medium, which language will be understood by the reader. So all these things you have to keep in mind. The other thing is clarity of expression. Now student, the receiver learns about the idea in the transmitter's mind through the coded message. Means through what you have, you can say which language you have used while writing a letter. If the encoding is faulty, the message may be misinterpreted. Means the person will not understand it. So it is important to be careful while encoding the message, means while writing the letter. Since most of the messages are transmitted with the help of words, the transmitter means the writer of the letter should be careful about the meaning and the organization of the words. The following things which I will tell you now are very essential for the clarity of expression. First one is use single words for long phrases. For example, here at all times, instead of writing at all times, you can write always. At later date, you can write later. At present time, you can write now. Subsequent to, you can write after. So to make your communication more effective here, you should avoid using long phrases. You should use single words instead of that. After that, you should avoid double entry. In some letters, phrases can be simplified. Like instead of writing actual fact, you can just write fact, because both actual and fact, these both words may mean the same. So instead of writing actual fact, you can just write them fact, or you can just instead of writing mental state of mind, you can just write state of mind, or previous experience, you can just write experience. End result, you can just write result, or absolutely complete, you can just write their complete. Period of 1 week, you can just write their 1 week. Cost and amount of, instead of writing cost and amount of, you can just write cost. So you have to keep in mind, you should avoid double entry of the words. After that is use concrete expressions. Now concrete expression create visual images, they are easy to register. So instead of using vague or generalized statement, students, you have to use concrete expression. Like for example, I'll tell you one vague and general expression like goods are soon being dispatched. Instead of saying this, you can say goods will be dispatched on 2nd July. Means your message is here complete here. You are not using you can say vague language which is very incomplete, you can say, which the reader cannot understand, he will be confused. Now for example, you can say instead of saying this piece of jewelry is inexpensive, instead of saying this, you can say this beautiful earring costs only 950. Understood what I mean to say? You have to be very clear in what you are saying or writing. Then the third one is avoid excessive use of infinitive. Now, for example, instead of writing it is the duty of the cashier to disperse salaries, you should say the cashier disperses salaries. You have to use direct speech here. Now, instead of saying it is my job to supervise, you can say I supervise. Understood? Now, after that is avoid jargons. Now student, jargon refers to special language of a trade, profession or field of study. It may refer to words as well as to the style of writing. In the medical field, jargon is mostly confined to the choice of words. Legal jargon is primarily stylistic. You can say technical words are used. Jargon means what? We use technical words while writing a letter. It creates difficulties of understanding and it makes the style of the letter very formal and stuffier. So it is better for you all to avoid jargon because we don't know if the reader will understand it or no. So it is better to give date instead of using words like instant or ultimo. You have to keep in mind, avoid technical jargons as far as possible to make your letter more simple and easy to understand. After that is students, avoid ambiguity. Now, if your message can mean more than one thing, it is ambiguous. Means you have to keep in mind that the person should understand what you want to say. If you are saying so many things in one letter only, the person will get confused. Now, ambiguity is very often caused by careless use of personal pronouns, students. Now, for example, Rajiv told Ramesh that he was not being considered for promotion. In this sentence, it is impossible to understand whether it was Rajiv or Ramesh who was not being considered for promotion. Understood? I will repeat again. In the sentence, Rajiv told Ramesh that he was not being considered for promotion. So, here in this sentence, we are not easily able to understand whether it is Rajiv or Ramesh who was not being considered for promotion. So, you have to be very clear on what you are writing. And one more thing in that is faulty punctuation mark. If you don't mark the punctuation mark are not used properly, that can also create confusion or the reader will not understand your letter. After that is some words have two or more areas of meaning. That can also create confusion in the mind of the letter reader here. Now for example, the word dispense has two areas of meaning. Dispense here means to prepare medicines and dispense means to get rid or to dismiss. So the above statement was actually used by a chemist who wanted to claim that his shop medicines were prepared carefully. But he only succeeded in saying that at his shop they were not being careful. So you have to keep in mind, do not use the word which has double meaning. It makes the reader very confused to understand your letter. The other thing is use short sentences because it is very easy for the person to read, it is easy for the person to understand, because if you write long sentences, they seem to be very complex and demand greater concentration for the reader to understand it. So if you have to keep in mind, you have to make your letter as short as possible and it should be to the point. After that, completeness. Student, completeness is very important in a business letter because incomplete communication irritates the reader, for it leaves him very you can say baffled. If wrong actions create an incomplete message, they may also prove to be expensive for the organization. You have to keep in mind that the letter should be very complete. All essential things should be mentioned in the letter. Now for example, students, let us suppose you are ordering shirts by mail. Your communication must include all relevant facts such as size, color, catalog number, quantity, mode of payment, mode of dispatch, the date by which you need the shirts, etc. In the absence of any such details, your order may not be filed to your satisfaction. So you have to keep in mind that completeness of the letter is very important. While answering a letter, make sure that you have answered all the questions here. If your customer has 4 queries and you answer only 2 of them, it will not bring the desired answer. While answering the letter, you have to keep in mind, devote a paragraph each to all his question and number the paragraphs. This practice will save you answer from getting lost into jungle of words. Means the reader will understand it more clearly, that whatever things you have questioned in the letter, you have answered each and every question. You, while writing a letter, check for the five questions like who, what, where, when and why, and any other essential points like how also helps to make your message complete. While announcing a meeting, specify when the meeting is to be held, where it is to be held, why it is being held, what is to be discussed in the meeting, and who is going to attend the meeting. And how the members are expected to reach the venue. That is also very important. So if all these things are there in your letter, you can say your letter is very complete. Next one is conciseness. A reader's time is very valuable. Don't make him feel that he is wasting his time in going through your unnecessary lengthy letter. Be as brief as possible, because brevity in expression effectively wins the attention of the reader. However, brevity should not affect the cost of appropriateness, clarity, or completeness or courtesy. You have to keep in mind that your letter has all the essential points, it is to the point, and you have not written a very lengthy letter. Now students, there are two tests to ascertain whether whether your letter is too long. Ask yourself these two questions. Does it say more than needed to be said, and does it take too many words for what it must say? You have to ask this two questions to yourself while you are writing a business letter. It will help you to avoid writing very lengthy letter. The last one is, after that is consideration. Now in our letter students, we must show consideration for the reader. This can be done in following ways. First one is adopt the you attitude. Your you attitude here means students, for example, if you want to say I was happy to hear that my letter of January 5 provided. Instead of saying this, you can say thank you for your assurance that. Understood? And instead of saying you sufficient information, instead of you can say you got sufficient information. Instead of saying I want to express my sincere thanks for the good words, say thank you for your kind words. Means here you have to adopt you attitude. Means here you have to make the person in front of you or the reader of the letter feel very valued one, so that the person also feels good while reading the letter, and the person replies to you in a very positive way. After that student, you have to keep in mind the thing is courtesy. You in business letter, one must create friendliness with all those to whom one writes. Friendliness is inseparable from courtesy, and courtesy demands a considerate and friendly behavior. Now for that you have to keep following principles in mind. That is, answer the letters promptly. You have to keep in mind that whenever you get the letter, as soon as you get the letter, without wasting time, you have to reply the person. Because if your letter, for any letter, business letter, if reply is given as early as possible, the party who is there in front of you, they feel very valued. They feel that you are very quick in action, you are very practical in working, and it will create a good impression in front of that organization or in front of that person. And also keep in mind that apologize sincerely for an omission, or thank generously for a favor done to the you can say respective organization. If anything is missed in the letter, you can also again write the letter, or you can say sorry to them for omission of or missing out the important point. That will make the you can say organization or the front party know that you realize what is your mistake and you are correcting yourself. And if they have done anything good to you, always see to it that you acknowledge it very promptly. Thank the person generously for being kind to you. That is also very important. Then the last one is correctness. Now in this year, you students, you have to keep in mind that you have to give correct facts while writing a letter. Business communication often leads to expensive operation, so you should be sure that whatever you are writing, it is very correct here. For this you have to use correct language, or try to you can say avoid mistakes here. In fact, you should try not to transmit any message unless you are absolutely sure about it. If you aren't, you should immediately verify it from an encyclopedia, an office file, or a colleague, or a dictionary, or a grammar book, anything. But see to it that your letter is very correct. And after that, you have to also keep in mind that send your message in a correct style. Means this may also be described as principle of adaptability. You should keep in mind that whenever you are sending a letter, you have to see that you are having you can say business relationship with an organization. So you have to use simple language, you have to use simple style, you have to avoid mistake, you have to see whether the letter is dispatched properly, it reaches to the person in time. All these things are very essential. I hope you have understood this. We will stop our lecture here. In our next lecture, we will see structure and layout of business letter, and the main, you can say, structure of the business letter. I will give you with examples also. I hope you have understood till here. Thank you.